Hello boys and girls, ladies and gents, it's Oswuldvivadirr aka Oliver Woods here with another YouTube video, and we're going to be discussing how to identify and create chords. So for argument's sake, you are already a producer or a composer, and you've brought yourself a sample pack and you found a MIDI file contained in a sample pack and you want to know what chord it's called, or what are the chords in that progression, or what chords are used, or you want to recreate some chords but you don't know how to, or you want to create a chord for yourself for your next piece of music that you're writing. Maybe that's a dance track or a hip-hop track or whatever the hell that you're writing. You just want to know how to create chords. Well, ladies and gents, here I am to teach you how to do just that. Now, because I'm quite a clever human being and I'm quite creative, I was taught in a completely different manner by a friend of mine called Johnny G. Johnny Goodwill, his name is. He's a UK hardcore producer that a friend of mine introduced me to during the days where I wanted to learn how to make and produce UK hardcore. And it was one of the subjects or genres of music that I really struggled with. And I went to see him one day and he taught me how to create major and minor chords and how to identify them. But he taught it in a way that I thought was more complex than it needed to be. And I sat down one day and I thought, how could I make this more simplistic? And I put numbers to it. And I simply just put numbers to it. And I recreated it until I could get it right. I spent about an hour on it and I overwent it, and I realized that music is all about numbers. Now for me, numbers are my forte. I've always been good with figures. So I created a system of numbers where you could understand how to simply make minor and major chords and how to identify them and create them, and taught this to other people. Today a friend of mine has asked me to do the same thing. I never thought about making a video on the subject because there probably are a million videos on the subject in the world already, but I thought I'd add it to my page as well because hey, why not? I can add it to my page on Facebook, my fan group, and my fans can learn from me how I create my music and how simplistic it can actually be, how simplistic it actually can be. So I would suggest grabbing yourself a sheet of paper and a pen and just simply writing down these numbers. Now, what I've done over here on my sheet of paper is I've written major and minor. Now you're probably going to look at the piece of paper and think, what the hell are these numbers all about? And what do these little letters mean? Right? Well, this is going to be your root note, this is going to be your middle note, and this is going to be your last note. Underneath this is how many semitone difference there are between each of the notes. So there are 4 semitone difference between the root note and the middle note, and there are 3 semitones between the middle note and the last note. Difference between the minor, on the other hand, is there's 0. There are 3 notes between the root note and the middle note, and there are 4 notes between the middle note and the last note in the minor. So if I come over to my keyboard a second and play the C major, there are 4 and 3. And for the minor, there are 3, 4, 3 and 4. So that's as simple as it be. So the only thing that changes in the C major is literally these 2 notes here, which are a semitone difference between the 2 of them. And that works with any major and minor chord. There is literally the difference between the middle note, which is just a semitone difference. The root note and the last note will remain the same in every chord, apart from your middle notes, which are literally semitone difference. And that's how, ladies and gentlemen, you can identify your chords simply by using numbers. instead of having tone, semitone, tone, semitone, tone, semitone. So if I show you right this second, this is how I was taught. So if we lose the C major a second, there is a tone, 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 semitone, tone, tone, tone. Yeah? C major. In the C minor, it's tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, tone. Yeah? Difference between the two. I find that far more complex to understand than counting. For me, numbers make sense. For you, maybe not. But here's the difference between the two. So for you, you might understand, and you might think, do you know what? I understand that. It's going to be tone, 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 semitone, tone, 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 semitone. All right? For the minor, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, tone, 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 semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Yeah? For me, on the other hand, I find that numbers are more simplistic. So I know that to create the major, it's 4 and 3. For minor, it's 3 and 4. So there you have it. That's both theories put in place. So you've got the first one, which is literally this, which is the number rate. And then underneath, we'll create the semitone and tone difference. So I'll write this down. So we've got tone, 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 semitone. So tone, 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 semitone. And then underneath that, we've got tone, tone, semitone. Tone, 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 semitone. And there we have it. So this top one here is a major, and the one underneath is minor. So there you have it. I've taught you both theories. So we can either use a simplistic form, or we can go for major headache form. Huh? So for those of you that don't really understand numbers and can't put numbers into play, there you have a simplistic form, which is mathematical, or we can have a more complex way, which is that's how I understand the difference. Yeah? Now, do you understand what I'm trying to teach you here? How different they are. They are going to teach you exactly the same thing. The only difference is letters and numbers. So for those that understand letters and not letters, so those are English, there's a difference between people. There are people out there that understand English better than mathematics. And there are people out there that understand mathematics better than they understand English. I have personally got dyslexia. I suffer with dyslexia. This, for me, is easy to understand, but at the same time, a bit more complex for me to understand because of my dyslexia. Whereas this, because I'm a genius of mathematics, on the other hand, is easy, simple, and precise for what I need. And in life, you always come across that. You'll find people that are good with English and crap with mathematics. And you'll find that there's people out there that are good with numbers, but crap with English. And that's, ladies and gents, is why I'm teaching you both of them. So to identify and create your chords, there's a more complex way of learning it. This is a more simplistic way of learning it. Depending on who you are and how you are, that's how you do it. And it's all about counting the difference between the semitones and the tones. So for the simplistic form, we'll go over it again, is literally counting the semitone difference. So from the root note, go up 4 for the major, and 3 for the minor. The last note is always going to be the same. Where in this, for the semitone, semitone crap, we have to go, because it's literally 1, 3, 5. For both of them, it's always 1, 3, 5. So for this is the more complex way of learning, but in another way, boils down to mathematics again, because you're going to be positioning yourself on the 1. Yeah, so if we look at these, there's 7 notes being in this, right? 1 being the tone, 3 being the tone or semitone, and the 5th, which is tone and tone. Yeah, so again, boils down to mathematics again, right? So the tones are always the same. It's only the middles. So this will be your root note, that's going to be your last note, and this is going to be your middle note. And there is literally a semitone difference in the two. Over here on paper, this might be more complex for you to learn, maybe, I don't know. But this is why I thought I'll break it down into both and teach the both of them so that you're aware of both of them, and then use what you want to use rather than what I'm teaching you to use. I find this easier, you may not. That's why I'm giving you both paths to learn. All you have to do, I've basically shown you both doors. All you have to do is walk through one of them. So there you have major, minor, major, minor. So it would have been a lot easier if I had some proper paper. But again, root note. So that's the root note. That will be the middle note, and that will be your last note. And it's literally 1, 3, 5. Over here on the other end, it's going to be how many semitone difference it is between the two. I hope you understand this video, and if you do struggle with it, please get in touch with me. I will overgo it again at a later date, maybe. If you're struggling with it to understand, maybe I'm speaking too fast or not clear enough for you, just get in touch with me. You can comment on the video that I'm just about to post. Please just get in touch with me and I'll overgo it with you personally. I'm quite happy to teach you this. This will also be on my Facebook fan page for my fans, maybe who are into music as well, for them to learn from me. Or if I know you want some help with a score or a piece of music production that you're struggling with, just get in touch with me. I'm quite a helpful guy. I love music and I love helping people learn and progress with their career in music. So I hope you have a lovely day. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope it's been really helpful. You have a pleasant afternoon, and I will catch up with you probably one day in one of my live videos. I'm going to dash off so I can upload this. See you later. Ciao.